Last night's my horror night.
Welcome to the Last Video Store. I'm Bud Haddonfield, and I'm here with my co-host, my best friend, my employee, a little butto,
Evan Haddonfield.
And oops, sorry, son. And today we're going to talk about some Jaws knockoffs. The last episode. My bad. Get off my bosom. All right, so the last episode we talked about some rip-offs of certain movies, and I hate to say rip-offs, but it's technically a rip-off, and I like to say it's clones or just movies trying to recapture the magic, because something is based off of something, so it's not fair to call anything rip-offs, but for this episode we're going to call it rip-offs. So starting off in the 80s, we had Blades. It's a trauma movie. I talked about it in another episode, devoted a whole episode to it, and it is exactly a remake of Jaws, but on a golf course, on a country club. You all right? My bad. So check out Blades. It's one of Trauma's best movies. Love it. It's absolutely fun. It kind of picks on all the tropes that Jaws did in a funny, hilarious fashion. And it's a Trauma movie, so of course. So another movie we're going to talk about that we actually did another episode on is going to be Alligator from the early 80s. I absolutely love this movie. It's amazing. And just because something copied off of something else doesn't make it bad, because we got a lot of good things out of it. Like Jaws was a great movie, came out in 1975. Still a great movie to this day. And I actually did the calculation. So with the ticket sales from 1975 versus today, the movie would have made over $3 billion, which is a lot of money, which was very successful. And it launched the career for Steven Spielberg and made sharks some motherfuckers. So Alligator is a whole lot of fun. It's pretty much Jaws with an alligator in the sewer. A lot of cool deaths, great practical effects, and the sequels wasn't that bad. Going to the 70s right afterwards, we're going to be going with Joe Dante's Piranha. I absolutely love this movie. It was a whole lot of fun. Like I said, it launched Joe Dante's career because he purposely made a spoof of Jaws, which is Piranha. And it was remade twice, once in the 90s and once in the 2010s, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely check out the original Piranha. All right, you want to hold up one? What is the name of that one?
Orca. Ow.
So Orca is actually a very sad movie. If you've seen Orca, you know exactly why. Some fisherman kills this whale's mate, and the whale's mate ends up to be pregnant, and the baby dies, and it's fucking traumatizing. But Orca is angry and is gonna pretty much it bites the head off of Robert Carradine. It breaks Bo Derek's legs, and it I don't want to spoil the movie. So Orca, the killer whale. This one's from the 70s. One that doesn't get talked about a lot is Barracuda. And right now the only way you can find Barracuda is on a Bare Bones double pack with Island Fury. But Barracuda is actually a pretty cool little solid movie on its own right. And obviously it's about a killer Barracuda. Ooh. Continuing with some ocean creatures, we have Tentacles. And Tentacles is a lot of fun. We get is it Henry Fonda, the dad from On the Golden Pond. We get Shelley Winters. We get all kind of recognizable people in this movie, and this one's a whole lot of fun too. The octopus genre is something that just doesn't get done as much, but it's actually a very cool little subgenre in its own right. So Tentacles. The next one I want to talk about is a mess, but it's fun. And the only way you can find it on physical media is by this Cardona collection. I think it's volume 2. And I'm talking about Beaks, the movie. Yes, it is a killer birds, very similar to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, but this came after Jaws, so why not? But in its own right, it's fun. It's a shitty movie, but you can have good times with shitty movies. So the last three, we're going with Razorback. Razorback is an amazing Australian movie, very underrated, and it's about this 2-ton wild boar going around killing people in the Australian outback. just love all the things in this movie. I'm happy that we finally got an official Blu-ray. I know Umbrella did one a couple years back, but Scream Factory did this one. I don't know if there's a glare or not, but I absolutely love Razorback. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it 120%. So one of the first rip-offs to come out is going to be Grizzly, which is about a giant grizzly bear. And it takes place in this national park, and there's some park rangers trying to stop some grizzly attacks, but everybody and their mama's getting eaten by this giant ass grizzly bear. Part 2 came out. It was unfinished. The parts that was filmed was actually pretty cool, and it was an early movie for not only George Clooney, Charlie Sheen, and Laura Dern, so it was a whole lot of fun watching them die. But the first one I really enjoyed. This one came out in 1977. So the last movie on the list is going to be The White Buffalo. Not a lot of people talk about this one either. We get Charles Bronson. We get the Native American actor who was, can't think of his character's name, from One Over Cuckoo's Nest or One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest, and he was also in Poltergeist 2, I believe. But it's pretty much Wild Bill Hitchcock, and he's tracking down the white buffalo, and the buffalo effects is really cool. It's a giant monstrous buffalo barreling through Native American communities, eating children and whatnot, and this is a whole lot of fun. This one's very similar to the Moby Dick story, and very similar to Orca the Killer Whale. So thank you for tuning in. I'm Bud Haddonfield. This was 10 Jaws knockoffs, because we're not going to call them ripoffs, because we like all these movies, and everything comes from something else. So, Evan, have you seen any of these movies?
I forgot.
Have you seen Jaws?
Yeah.
Did you like Jaws?
Yeah.
Did you like Jaws 2?
Yeah.
Did you like Jaws 3?
Yeah.
What about part 4?
Yeah.
Let's kill the witch!
I'm joking.
Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We're continuing with some Summer Carnage, because this is a cool wilderness nature horror movie. Best movies to watch during the summertime. So thank you for tuning in again. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Welcome to the Last Video Store. I'm your co-host, Evan Haddonfield, and this is Killer Clown from Outer Space. It's about a bunch of clowns that come from space, obviously. And Debbie, and also Mike, and you pot their nose and they die. Also a puppy guy. They're alien, both with an appetite for close enclosures.
Encounters.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in. Also, what are you going to do with those pies, boys?
Michael Myers are the heroes of my past. Now the media is dying. Chucky and the zombies are all up in cemetery. So bring me back those. I wanna come back to those times when all movies were so scary.